From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll go down right at the 30. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Down at the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Santos' kick is up and through, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tony Pollard, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Able to find Gray here. Finding room at midfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. Well, there's a new man here under center. What do you think they saw to acquire him, Charles?
I think they went back to their old scouting reports because those never go away. And I think that they liked him when he was coming out of school. Didn't have the opportunity to get him. But now with this opportunity, they think they can get him back to his former level.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The Niners at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And this pass caught by Gray. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
I think this is a free play for Wilson. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. They run over center with Mitchell. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Come on, set. General, fast.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. You think about the strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And his top speed, according to Next Gen Stats, and even 19 miles an hour.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Now it's Wilson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want a Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Murray. Oh, he bowls over him. A second pin has fallen. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper in at 2nd and 1. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And, in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's got room. Past the 20. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 5. 108 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times, defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Pollard hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. Here's Murray. Now they go screen. It's complete. Touchdown! Tony Pollard. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cardinals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3.
Cardinals 17, 49ers 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Play action. Now Wilson. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From the 44, Wilson. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Glenn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Wilson. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Running left, here's Mitchell. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 3. And this is 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw, it's Murray. Down he goes. The 49ers get there. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
22 chip bomber.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll run left with Pollard. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's Murray. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleep.
And intercepted. Wilson spurred the game. Picked up by Deshaun Elliott. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll take this down to the 33. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Pollard again. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 128 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now a give here to Pollard. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys already start to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. To throw is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Gray. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Okay, ready?
Now Wilson. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Gray. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 25-yard line. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Set.
To throw again is Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again on second and 10. Wilson. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Play action. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
I said, let's go.
Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Cards, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try again.